Coney Island Chronicle, baby, once again with your main man, Antonio. This episode, you understand, is about a individual I knew when I was a little youngin', you know what I'm saying? Down here on Ferry, Snake Alley, you know what I'm saying? But he was down here on Palmer, you know what I'm saying? The Boulevard, doing his thing. Money making RIP, you know what I mean? 740 red Momo sitting up pronto, you know what I mean? Long chain dangling everywhere. Hey, these is the 80s though that I'm referring to. But I was a youngin', you know what I mean? And I come down through the motherfucking neighborhood shit, you know. There's so much activity going on down here. Back then, I say RIP stayed about right up in this area, you know what I mean? And this, like, you can see right down there on that corner there, that would be 1350. So Boulevard is real infamous. So we ain't gonna even talk about the Chambers right now because we gonna just deal with RIP. Because RIP was getting money like a mug down through here, you know what I mean? Renegade trucks, Cherokee trucks with the dang on Grand Reaper on it, you know what I mean? Smooth as a mug, good conversationalist, breathe on you. Always be, oh, little dude, you ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't trying to get none of this money out here. You don't want no money, man. You know, and that like motivates you. You know what I'm saying? You be like, man, what? I don't want no what? Man, so when I'm speaking on RIP, I'm talking about good people. Always was inspirational, you know what I'm saying? It didn't even matter about the hustling aspect. And he ain't never gave me a dime, but information, you know what I'm saying? Save your bread. Don't be so caught up on females. And, you know, whatever you do, do it to the best of your ability. You know what I'm saying? So with those three things that he gave me, that's why he on Detroit's finest, East Side, RIP, you know, come through with the Cherokee knocking. You know what I'm saying? This back in the 80s when Ropes, he you know, well before, let's see, what movie was prominent that was, he was already ahead of the time with it. Let's say New Jack City. So that's probably about the era with the gold chain, the dookie chains and all this. But this the only guy that I knew that had a chain that literally he'd get out his whip from his car. His chain would be on the rear view mirror. And he literally can get out of his car, open the door, and come stand over here and talk with you 6, 7, 10 feet. And the chain still is on his neck, dragging on the ground all the way up into his ride. Getting money, you know what I'm saying? This the 80s. This when, you know, the black male supported the black male. It wasn't no, you know, like I said, the Chambers was right down the street. So it wasn't even no conflict. You know what I'm saying? This was just what it was. Everybody was eating. Everybody was trying to groom the little prospects that was coming up, you know, and if you was a schoolboy, you was a schoolboy. We protected that. We was down for that, you know. But the Boulevard was a bad mug. And RIP was one of those influential characters that kind of motivated me throughout the days when I was a little youngin' and wanting to get that money out there. And I could see him coming around the corner with his red whip shining, his gold momos, chain hanging, jerry curls precise. You know what I'm saying? If you out there, dog, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? East Side, man. Detroit, Coney Island Chronicle right here, but Detroit's finest, RIP. Right here, this would have been considered 1350 behind me. So the prosperity was beautiful. You talk about $1 million spot. Oh yeah, this right here will be considered $1 million spot. And there's no ifs, ands, buts, no questions asked about it. You know what I'm saying? Right here, I say, right here behind me, when they do Lieutenant Day, the Chambers, but I don't want to get on them right now, but I would just say when they would do the Lieutenant Day for all the guys that done hustled throughout the month and saved their pennies or whatever, right out here it'll be Mustangs, Cadillac Fleetwoods, Volvo, Saabs, Regals, Grand Nationals, Nissans, Blazers, anything. It was like a little car lot out here. And cats would run out, whoop, right out the building, whoop, dashing to whatever whip. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, man, you mean to tell me that wouldn't blow your mind? I ain't talking about used cars. I'm talking about brand new cars. Brand new. But Rip was right down the street, right down there. You know what I'm saying? So he had that thing operating on however he had it operating, which was truly beautiful for him and his little prosperity and his corner, his crew, his cipher. And right here, it was the Chambers doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? You might wind up walking down through here and a body come flying out the building because they done threw somebody out the dang on building because he done messed up the money or something. Ain't no telling what you might see right here. You know what I'm saying? Right here, it used to be another little house, like a 2-family flat or something. All this over here was buildings. This the boulevard, so it was prominent with buildings. And it was another building right here on the corner, right here, that later in life, I ultimately wind up doing my shoo-wobbity bop around here terribly and cost me 20 years in the penitentiary. But we'll get into that as I continue talking about this Detroit finest. You know what I'm saying? I think Rip went and done a bit too. You know what I'm saying? The consequences was life or prison. Some of us escaped with prison and some of us is gone now. You know what I mean? So that's why I highlight that it ain't about money. It was about the survival, the commitment, the hustle, and if you really wasn't cut like that, you was only gonna be in certain little areas because you couldn't move around. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't a mover, you wasn't a shaker, you was isolated one area somewhere, and that was about it. So like I say, right here on this corner, this wind up being the building that I wind up getting, 1341. Later down in the roads of passing the umbrella down throughout the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So right now we on Ferry in the boulevard. And oh my God, just right here feels so, bring back so many memories and so many incidents and so much money and police raids and running and police and shootouts and just all type of crazy ass shit. And now all of the environment is gone. It's all gone. It's in the memories now, but grateful to be amongst the living. On top of the soil, stay spoiled. Coney Island Chronicle. Hey, Rip, if you out there, stay up on top of it, homeboy, because I know you is somewhere out there, you know what I'm saying? In Snake Alley. You know what I mean? All my comrades down through here, we're going to get off into some more Snake Alley, but right now, this all about my man, Rip, and how he, come down through this way, make them peanuts, not, being stingy, had his multiple cars. His lady stayed in this building that I actually wind up getting. He had one of them that was up in there, a modest female. Back then, females were modest. You know what I'm saying? We ain't play all that, you out there loose and everything. Guys wanted them a conservative lady, but, a firecracker in the bedroom, So maybe that's what it was, but yeah, he was right down there. His lady was, and he was down on this corner doing the dang on thing. And it was truly beautiful down back then. And, Rip, if you out there, bro, get in touch with me, man. Chop it up, talk a little smack, reminisce on how it was back in the day, You might want to come on Coney Island Chronicle and sit down, man, and talk with us and let us know what you're doing now and everything, because most definitely you were a Detroit finest. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you, homie. And on that note, Coney Island Chronicle, Detroit 313, representing all day. This was Palmer, Ferry, you know what I'm saying? Eastside Rip, Coney Island Chronicle. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll be back with more.